All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the DuClaw Brewing Company, and they're out of Ewing, New Jersey, and this is their Sweet Baby Banana. So this is a chocolate peanut butter banana porter, and underneath that it says porter with natural and artificial flavors. It comes in at 6.2% alcohol by volume, 33 IBUs, and at the time of review, this can is approximately 9 weeks old. So I picked this one up to review as a shelfie beer for the month of April 2025. And if you're relatively new to the channel, you might not know that when it comes to DuClaw's, if you came to the channel, you're probably unsubbing after that, but I'm going to leave this in. It's a beer patrol, baby. One take, not really. But anyway, when it comes to DuClaw's Sweet Baby lineup, I'm not a huge fan. Their Sweet Baby Jesus, which is their base, the OG that they're known for. I always get like a metallic kind of off flavor to it. The only two, off the top of the dome piece, the only two like variants of Sweet Baby Jesus that I enjoy, Sweet Baby Java and Sweet Baby PB&J. The rest, hit or miss, mostly miss, and a lot of them are just okay. So when I saw this one, I was like, all right, you're adding banana to the mix. I'm here for it, so I thought I'd pick it up. It says, enjoy this enticing encore to our original heavenly favorite. This edition of sweet banana, it says this, I thought it said this edition of sweet banana flavor to our smooth and creamy chocolate peanut butter experience will have you ready to exclaim a new name. We'll see about that. Crack it open, get it into the glass. So I'm using this Captain Lawrence glass. I don't use it too often, but I've used it for a couple of these Sweet Baby beers, so I thought I'd keep it consistent. So I'm just hoping two things out of the banana flavor: that it's not candied, like like a banana runt, or a say banana like Laffy Taffy, and it doesn't overpower the beer. Like, I'm fine with it being the predominant note. I just want to be able to taste everything else, and obviously, I'm hoping that I don't get that metallic vibe. So as far as the beer looks, like a porter, that looks fantastic. Let's be honest. I gotta call a spade a spade. That looks absolutely fantastic for a 6.2% porter. It has that beautiful kind of like dark brown color. I can't even get the lights, not even go through it at the base maybe, but like through the beer itself. No, this is pitch black in the glass, but when I poured it out, it was more of a dark brown. Has about a 2-finger or a finger and a half, 2 fingers of a straight up brown colored head, mocha colored head, you could call it. Some bigger bubbles mixed in with smaller bubbles, so it has like almost like a little bit of a soap sudsy kind of feel to it, but it also looks somewhat creamy at the same time. So that looks actually really nice in the glass. Just gotta call a spade a spade. Let's get a nose. This is what I always remember about Sweet Baby Jesus and like the variants. The nose is always just divine. It smells like somebody took peanut butter and chocolate and mixed together, and this has a hint of an authentic banana, like an overripened banana. One of my favorite desserts of all time, and I haven't had it in 30 plus years. I have had it probably 2 or 3 times in my life, but growing up, going to camp in northwestern Pennsylvania, my grandma had a camp up in the northwestern part of PA, and I would usually go down there for like a week or 2 during the summer. And at least once, we would make something called banana boat. So you would take a banana, you would slice the peel the long way, you'd open it up, and then you could put really whatever you want, but mostly what we would put in there is peanut butter. We put either chocolate chips or like pieces of like a Hershey's milk chocolate bar, because we would also do s'mores down there, and either marshmallow fluff or marshmallows, depending on which you preferred. You would put that all into the banana, and then you'd put it and wrap it in foil, and you'd put it over the fire. And then 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, however long you wanted to go for, you would get it out of there. You take a spoon and you would just go to town. The banana would caramelize and the rest of the ingredients would all melt together. And it was one of the best desserts to date that I only had it a couple times and I remember it. I need to make it again at some point. That's what I'm hoping out of this beer. Am I exactly getting that? No. But I'm hoping for that in the taste. Yeah, it's chocolate, it's peanut butter, it's banana, it's sweet, a little bit of like a roasted malt or more of a toasted malt. Maybe a touch of coffee. It smells fucking good. It smells real good, making my mouth water. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Hey now. Okay. DuClaw. The last couple variants of this and the PB&J, I can get down with. I'm not getting that metallic flavor I get with the base beer. and a couple of the other variants. It's not sickly sweet. The banana flavor does not taste super artificial. All right, another sip. Buying this is a bit thick. I know it's 6.2%, but it's like higher side of light, lower side of medium. It is a little bit watery. So I'd like to see that a little bit better. The mouthfeel also, I think it's appropriate for 6.2% porter, but I feel like with these flavors, I want something to be a little bit more smooth and creamy. While this is like mild to moderate carbonation, more approaching moderate, it's a little bit more crisp and like spritzy on the palate. I like to be a little bit softer, a little bit smoother, a little bit creamier. So body, underwhelming. Mouthfeel, okay, but not spectacular. Taste, I think they did a pretty good job with it. The banana in here, like I said at the beginning, I don't want it to be super candy. It's a little bit candy, but it's not. It's more of an overripened banana, but it's teetering to that like banana runt flavor, but it's not like full blown, right? So it's like in between like an overripened banana and banana runt, somewhere in the between. But it's not overbearing. They've actually made this more of a subtle banana flavor and not over the top. So front to back, I'm getting this nice like slightly toasted kind of malt quality. There's some chocolate for sure. More of like a sweet milk chocolate. There's a touch of like a lightly roasted coffee. There's a little bit of caramel, but the peanut butter is pretty substantial, probably the most substantial flavor note throughout the palate. And that's like the first 2/3 of the palate is all that. And then halfway through, the banana kind of introduces itself. Again, more of an over-ripened, slightly banana run thing. And on the finish, this actually finishes pretty dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. It's not sickly sweet. It's not cloying in the least. It's pretty balanced, believe it or not. Good glass lacing. This is a beer that I could actually drink multiple cans of. After I've had, what, like 4 or 5 sips? Yeah, I mean, maybe they're coming around with these sweet baby. Maybe just the base isn't for me, but a lot of the variants now, I can say at least 3 variants I enjoy. The Java, the PB&J, and this. I think they're all pretty good for what they are. I didn't care for the pumpkin one, which I reviewed for the 10 Days of Pumpkin last fall. Wow, I could drink a lot of this, 6.2%. Nothing, no warming in the chest, nothing on the palate. Very well done. Yeah, it's a pastry porter essentially, but it's a pastry porter that's drinkable. So this is, don't think, like when someone says, oh, that's a pastry, anything, pastry, when it comes to beer, pastry stout, pastry porter, pastry sour, I'm thinking over the top sweetness, cloying, not for me, don't want it, right? That's not this beer in the least. This is actually a drinkable, enjoyable beer that has the flavors listed on the can, but they're not over the top. Yeah, this is nice. What's stopping me from really, really enjoying it, the body and the mouthfeel are subpar. I'm just going to be honest with you. The body and mouthfeel are subpar, but the taste is pretty damn good. I like that they didn't go too crazy with the banana, both intensity and like candy. And I do get the chocolate, I do get the peanut butter, and I get the banana. So good job, DuClaw. Not an amazing beer, but gotta call spade a spade, and I think this is pretty damn solid. So Sweet Baby Banana from DuClaw. Low 4 out of 5 will go 3.95. I think that's a nice score for this one. And if you have been eyeing this one or you saw it and you're like, I don't really care for it, pick it up. Especially if you can get a single, you're not going to break the bank, and I think you're probably going to enjoy it if you're kind of like me. You don't like the base Sweet Baby Jesus, but you maybe like some of the other variants. I think you'll enjoy this one. Price point availability here in the Buffalo, New York area, I paid, it was $12.99 a 6-pack. I bought a single. I want to say that single was like $2.39, $2.49. I'm fine with that. It has it has natural and artificial flavors, but for a beer like this, $12.99 a 6-pack, I'm not going to be angry about it. Availability, wherever you see DuClaw, you should see this one. Probably throughout like the Northeast. I don't know how far up into New England they get. I don't know how far down into the South or Midwest, but if you're in the Mid-Atlantic, like Northeastern region, you probably should see this one. Not for sure. Now, this one is 9 weeks old. By the time you see this review, it'd be almost like 2.5 months old. So I don't know if this will still be on the shelves if you do get DuClaw, but I would say seek this one out if you like banana beers in general. But if you like this lineup, I have to imagine you're going to enjoy this one. Maybe you'll want more banana, but I think that's one of the, I don't want to say saving graces, but one of the keys to me really enjoying this one. The banana is not too over the top in any way. And I think that goes a long way. Plus, it's pretty balanced. There's almost like a little bit of like a earthy, like hop bitterness on the finish. Like it says mild to moderately bitter, but there's a little bit of a hop bitterness. Finish is pretty dry, not over the top. So If you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. If you haven't had this one, would you try it out? And what is your favorite when it comes to the Sweet Baby lineup? To me, I think Sweet Baby PB&J is my favorite. This is probably a close second, followed by Java. And my least favorite is the Sweet Baby Jesus. It's always metallic, just never get enough chocolate and peanut butter. Something about this beer just works for me. It is what it is. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. That was another shelfie beer review for the month of April 2025. We got one more to go, and then we're on to May. Till then, cheers.